All right, ready. Cool. Hi, Jack. Jack and Simon have just assembled these pieces here. So this is the MBX-660 ladder adjustable bench. We've covered before, that's the LMP 650 next to it, but basically this bench next to it is a column adjustable, and this one being a ladder adjustable. So really, you're always going to choose a ladder adjustable in preference because it's going to be a lot more rigid compared to this one, even though that is pretty rigid, and it's also going to be cheaper because it adjusts around this simple pivot here. Let's put that one up. This one being the PEC Fly that we're going to take a look at in a moment. So we are familiar with this unit. It's just changed, so it's had some subtle differences. So on some of the new pieces, we've already pointed out, sorry, this thing's not standing up. Mind you, if you've got it in your home gym, you will have the same issues. So we've already pointed out some things like the handles being upgraded and the back covering the wheels with these nice rubber finishes, so it's a good point. Just carrying it in from outside, I've noticed something, which is this little stow-in hook. So if you wanted to put the bench up on end, then there is now this stow-in hook. I would not have dreamed before of picking up the whole bench and putting it on my shoulder, just in case any of this moved. But as you can see, it now locks in. So when I brought it in on my shoulder, I literally just dumped it straight on the floor like this and left it up out of the way. So that is cool. You could do it previously, but it didn't lock in. So this would flop out a bit. So it wasn't ideal. You wouldn't want if you had it in a garage gym, you wouldn't want your kid coming out and messing around next to it if it had the risk of falling over. But as you can see, that's pretty stable up there. So let's get it back in position. Even though it's heavyweight bench, you can see how easy it is to wheel around. As we are looking at the bench, I might as well just show you the quick ladder adjustment. So let's unhook it, given I've just referenced that. So there we go. Hook it in whatever position you want. This brace is for the flat position. So if I move that out of the way, then you can have a single decline. I think that's 10 degrees. Or you can put it back up and lock it in place for that flat position. So that'd be your strongest flat position. We'll keep it in flat because we're going to look at some of the attachments. So the very fancy leg extension leg curl we've already demonstrated with the 650. So the boys have got these different attachments out today. So normal preacher curl arm with a bar rest on there. Ooh. You're not going to have any movement on this one because it's literally fresh out the pack and it's very stiff in there. As you can see, we didn't practice any of this beforehand. Right, the reason that didn't go in is because I've got the end of it in there. So let's whack that back in place. There we go. Choose your perfect position. I don't need to explain this, look, but you've got the thick plastic on there again, look, so that'll protect your bars. So rest your barbell in place there. On the more expensive lever curl, preacher curl, you can adjust the pad position, whereas this is just a fixed orthodox pad. That's nice and comfy. So dumbbells or barbell work. That one's very straightforward. Let's whip that one out. There wasn't any movement in that at all as well, which is quite nice. Aha. Simon's given me this one to try as well. This is for the ab bench conversion, isn't it? So this one, you could stick it in either direction. So I could put it in that way and treat it like a crunch bench, I suppose. Or on their new design, let's have a little bit of a play and see if we can work this one out. I'm not going to do it this steep when I've just had my lunch. But as you can see, you can have it pretty well inclined on here. Can even have it come in out the top of the bench. There we go. Cool, the adjustments on it really are fine. So there's no movement in them. It was the same with that. So you might want to use a little bit of grease. We haven't got anything on these. But as you can see, you can change the position on there. So that seat is on maximum decline, but you could use it either way around. So I could use that as an ab bench as well. So this attachment goes on either end. They've also got some headrests that go on there as well. So if you've got a particularly tall individual, I don't know how tall you'd have to be, because Jack's 6'3" who's recording, and his head doesn't go off the end. Maybe if you've got someone 6'7" or greater, then that might be a consideration. One thing I do like is that they've got handles either side now. They never used to have handles on both sides. It's almost like the assumption that everyone's going to be right-handed, whereas that is a lot easier. All right, let's see if I can work this one out on the first attempt. This is the pec fly attachment. So, get it around the right way to start. I know these are a tight fit now. So let's get that one in position. Jack, did you give this one a go?
I can do. I have no idea how it works.
Okay, I'll try it first then. So let's drop these handles down. Should have enough movement there. Very nice design. Very well made. So I'll try it with no weights initially. Just looking to see if there's like a stow-in arm for these. I guess you'd put them in there. Can't see they're going to get in the way when it's not in use. Yeah, that's not going to get in the way. All right, let's give this one a go. We get asked a lot about this one. We don't particularly have very many sales for it. It's probably because no one ever makes a video. So wanted to try it out for ourselves. That's actually really comfortable. See, I'm of an age where I remember pec flies of old, particularly home use ones, which weren't much cop at all. Whereas that is surprisingly comfortable. Didn't really see the need in that. However, I did rest my head against it. So beforehand, I didn't see the need until I've just used it, and then I can see the worth in that. Might try that with a bit of weight, and then we'll get Jack to have a try as well. Simon, do you want to have a go? Yeah? Simon's going to jump on as well then. Jack, those handles are really nifty if you want to get close in on those. Hard plastic handles and they revolve. That's a very nice touch. I'll put a couple of 5s on now, Simon, all right? See you, Simon. Cool, I'll jump on, have a go with some weight. See, and as you can see, we're all different sizes. I am the small one at 90 kilos, 5'9". I am the small one. Good resting point. What, for your head as well? Yeah, it is. Yeah, because otherwise you could see yourself clocking your head on it, couldn't you? Oh yeah, see? The offset weight's quite nice because you've got a good load all the way through, haven't you? The strength curve is good because I can feel resistance there. Whereas if you add dumbbells, it rather comes off there. Yeah, the strength curve is actually quite decent on that. And that is more difficult than it looks. Right. Let's let Jack have a go. Go on, Jack, I'll swap.
I don't know how my shoulder will be.
This is the first time we've used all of this. We're obviously familiar with the old benches, but this is the first time on there. See, you would have hit your head as well if that pad wasn't there. Simon's right, isn't he? So I think the worry is on here that people are worried whether it's going to be man enough for them or big enough. Well, Jack is a 6'3" strong man. You can get a lot of weight on there as well, can you?
Yeah, it's no good for my shoulder at the moment, but it is nice.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, see, and that felt like a decent weight already. Cool, that one gets our approval. We've done those attachments then. We've done the leg extension already. Let's give you some close-ups on the bench. With me mentioning where you're going to put all these is we have actually got a storage holder. So you can actually get the storage holder. So that would be a worthwhile addition. All right, thank you very much. Cheers, boys.